Test. Hello, everyone. What is going on? Yay. Remember last week how the camera shit the bed on this one? Turns out it was actually a bad HDMI cable.
Damn.
Which I'm still using because we have it, I think it's the one that Butters is using.
Howdy.
Okay.
So I have to replace that cable. So probably when the podcast is done and over with, I'm just going to get rid of that cable and just end up just buying a brand new one because, yeah, that one's just finicky. I think the same one is also on this camera as well. So I just got to buy new cords. Some new
DLC of this
stable, reliable cords. So that way we don't run into this issue of, we lost the connection or the cable's just not feeding right and whatnot. But anyways, episode 168 of Self-Learning Gamers Podcast. What is going on, everyone? Good evening. Hello. Hopefully you all are doing well. Big shout out to all of our followers and our viewers that are currently watching the podcast, and for our listeners as well. Thank you guys so much for being here with us, watching, listening to the podcast. Greatly appreciate y'all. And for those that are watching the podcast on YouTube, go ahead, hit that like button since you're here, and then of course hit that bell notification as well, so that way you know when's the next time I'll go live, because I'm now in a more streaming mood to where I want to play different games and show you guys just different games and just hang out. So that's enough about me. You already know the co-host, Waluigi, right across from me.
Oh, snap. I know that guy. He looks kind of handsome. Anyway, glad to be back at it again. Brand new episode. We're one episode away from being nice again. If you don't know the reference, I'm so sorry. You're very well uncultured, but that's okay.
And next to him is our other co-host, Butter Punch.
Yo, what's up, guys? My favorite episode's next week. You already know what we're going to be doing.
Nice.
But no, yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. And to start things off for the podcast, before we dive into our topics, I want to ask around the table, what have we all been playing this past week? What games have y'all been playing? We're going to start with Waluigi.
Oh, shit. Me again. I've been back into trading card game shenanigans again, playing One Piece TCG, been going out to my locals, been topping with a rogue deck for once again. Made some money off of the game, and shocker. With all the TCG shenanigans, I'm glad I can actually play a game. Other than that, from trading card games, I've been playing Look Outside, and that game is addicting. So many choices, so many consequences. I made so many save files for in case I do something wrong, or in case... Well, not wrong, but in case I do something I don't want to do originally. It's been a blast. I've been Street Fighter 6 on the side since I just got booked my room for CEO 2026.
You're
Absolutely. Same with me. Butters, what about you? What have you been playing this past week?
All right, so I told y'all you got to go through your backlog. So that's exactly what I did. I booted up my PS2 and I started playing Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper?
Sly Cooper, yeah. Thievius Raccoonus. It's really nice playing that game again. It kind of brings back the nostalgia of everything. And kind of how that was like one of my first few games I started playing between that, Jak and Daxter, and Ratchet & Clank. So I'm enjoying that. Then I'm also playing Parasite Eve. It's a PS1 kind of game. So I'm bouncing between those two. And then for a modern game that I play on my computer or my Steam Deck, I have Metaphor ReFantazio. That's what I'm playing on right now. That's what I decided to commit to. I finished Unbeatable, a nice rhythm game, during December/January. So I'm in this lull now to find that new game. So now it was ReFantazio. And then outside of that, like for fighting games, I'm playing Under Night, and I started playing Blaze Blue Central Fiction. Ooh, I love
You're
that
too
game.
young to be playing Blaze Blue. What the hell?
Bro, you're telling me I'm fighting unks right now. But I'm having a blast with that, and then I'm also playing Melty Blood. So I'm kind of leaning into the anime world right now. And then Grand Blue's dropping that DLC with the chick with the two guns. I'm already gonna be there.
Rip.
So
We lost
yeah.
a good man.
So yeah, I'm having a great time. Those are my single player games and fighting games that I'm catching up on.
All right. And as for me, of course, Battlefield 6, I already finished the Battle Pass, and I got a full review of my season 1 that I'll be dropping in early February. I believe February 2nd, that Monday. I will drop that season 1 review of Battlefield 6, and it's going to be a very long video. So look out for that. I've been playing Battlefield 6. I reinstalled Grand Blue because, of course, the new DLC character is coming out, and every time when there's a new DLC character that comes out, there's always going to be a bounce patch that follows up right after it or that comes with it as well. So I'm interested in the changes that's going to occur for the game meta-wise, like, okay, who's going to get nerfed, who's going to get buffed, what are some things I need to look out for, so on and so forth. So I've been playing that. Recently, I played Highguard. I've played it on launch day this past Monday, so I'm definitely going to talk about that, which is going to be one of our first topics.
Ooh.
And I think, was it yesterday or the day? I think yesterday or the day before, I was playing this new gacha game called Ark Knights Enfield on the PS5.
How much did you spend on it?
No, I didn't spend nothing on it.
I know. I feel like that has to be the first initial question.
No, I didn't. I have not spent any money on it.
Put the camera on us real quick. Like, we always got to ask this question: how much will you spend on a gacha game just to be safe?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just for insurance. Like, the first time you test it out, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just shell out a few bucks, see how it goes, and then it got your wallet again.
Yeah. I gotta make sure if you're scared to tell me the number, and then you already gone too far.
I'll say this: like, I've only put in 1 hour into the game.
Okay.
So I'm literally at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But it's definitely one of those what can you say, like an action RPG style game where, of course, there's hack and slash and you can swap characters and whatnot. I wanted to try it out because it just looked cool. So I was like, you know what, this game looks cool. It's free to play. Of course, it's a gacha, so I had to make sure, like, I did my research before I ended up downloading. Okay, it's a gacha.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, I'll try it because the gameplay does look very similar to Wuthering Waves.
Ooh.
I've seen gameplay of that, and there was another gameplay where they had a collaboration with Devil May Cry, where they had Dante and Virgil. I forgot. I think it's Punishing Grey Raven. That's another gacha game. And, you know, they also had a collaboration with Dante and Virgil from Devil May Cry, and that was pretty dope. So
that is dope.
So you do have those gacha games that do appeal to the hack and slash fans. And I was like, I want to try these games out and just see if I'm going to like it and enjoy it. So for the time being with Ark Knight Enfield, and I think that's a brand new game that just dropped, I was like, I'm going to give it, I'm going to play it and give a full thorough review of it. So once I get about maybe 6 to 8 hours into the game, then I could be like, all right, so this is what I really think about the game. But overall, I've just been, as you know, bouncing from game to game to game. You know, Battlefield 6, Grand Blue. I've been jumping back into Grand Blue, and I still got the sauce. So
hey,
I still got the sauce.
So. Are we gonna see it for CEO 2026?
Yeah.
Had to make sure.
I am definitely ready for that, but as you know, as Butter says, a new character is going to come out, and I'm interested in this new character, so I want to try her out and see if I'm going to like her or whatnot.
You know what?
Bang.
I might just play it for the hell of it. It's been a while.
I'm down, bro. Listen, I've accepted that out of all the years I've been competing, the anime fighting game seems to be the one to
I just like whatever hurts people the most.
Whatever hurts.
I love it.
And it's usually Arxis games.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because it's like most of them kind of play very similar to each other when you really think about it. Like if you've played one, like for me, I started off with Blaze Blue. I played all of the Blaze Blue. So after playing Blaze Blue, I got very familiar with Guilty Gear like right away. So I was like, okay, since I've learned from Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear was like really easy to get into. Then after that, there was Blaze Blue Cross Tag, which was another game that I had a lot of fun with before, you know, they made a hell of a lot of changes because there were some broken ass characters.
Jesus.
They just slapped some more.
Oh yeah. And from then Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, the very first one.
I can't forget the first time I played against you. You cooked my ass.
Yep.
Silver new ball, bro.
I'm laughing because I played the most random characters. Because I tried Zooey and I tried Luane. I still love Luane. He's so stupid.
We'd be sending his minions, his clones.
And it's not even like broken stupid. He just plays so stupid.
And then from Grand Blue, there was DNF Duel. You know, I know that game is very forgetful.
Bro, that was
Haven't heard that name in years.
no, for real. Like it's a blimp in my memory.
It's like
just
Arcs,
gone.
I think that's one of Arx's worst projects.
They didn't even do anything on the
Exactly,
On that.
that's
they
why it
just
makes-
published it.
They published it, and I blame the developers, Nexion, because they because they didn't even give us a year one pass, like
Until
nothing,
like 2 years later.
Yeah, like after a year, they're like, okay, now we're gonna drop some characters and whatnot, and after that, all right, we're done. Like, wow, thank you for supporting the game. Like, this game could have been something.
They had
Because I was playing the game so heavily, and I was even competing for it to the point where I was getting, I was getting very good and decent with it, and I was like, I want to play more, and then they just cut the support. What made me stop? All right. What made me stop playing the game was they made changes to all the characters, and they started introducing the whole cube mechanic, and that just, I was like, yeah, I'm done. At that point, it was like, I am done. I don't want to play this no more. They completely fucked the game, and that made me stop playing DNF Duel.
No, yeah, we had a friend who would compete for those DNF dual tournaments,
It's
and
so funny.
it's just it's a little chaotic. Like, I forget what was the character's name. I think it was Hitman.
Or
He
Swift.
could kill you if he just ripped the DP on you.
Yep.
It was bad in like
90%.
another guy that played Swiftmaster.
Yeah, Swiftmaster. Yeah, the
Bro.
Swiftmaster was a criminal. Like the
But
first
the
few.
fact that it got
months.
nerfed twice and still won is the craziest. That's legendary.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's like, you have to guess the high-low mix, and it's like, if you guess right, cool, you can punish him, but it's like, when going up against Swiftmaster, you have to hope and pray that they drop the combo, because you'll be in a loop for so long, you just put the
forget.
you just put the controller down and just be like,
Because the game's TOD like simulator.
yeah, it literally is. And for myself and a couple of others, we wanted to a point where, hey, can you not make this TOD heavy?
Yeah, let me get a couple
Like-
interactions in there.
I just loved heckling during the last time we saw this in Daytona. I think that my heckling was probably the best part about it.
Mm-hmm.
No one stopped me.
That's the vibes we're here for. We
Yeah,
gotta heckle.
Nobody stopped me. They were just letting me scream.
But after that, I was like kind of disappointed. And then Grand Blue Rising came out, and I've just been on that game ever since.
Yeah, that's true.
And when they finally dropped 2B, I was like, yeah, I am so dropping Narmaya. I eventually went back to her just for fun, but 2B is my character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We just hope this game lasts forever, because since it's DLC,
It is
we
side
can't
game.
guarantee for Grand Blue 3 that she's gonna be on there.
Yeah.
And it is a side game, so it's gonna last a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just hoping with what Grand Blue does for like year 3, what are going to be your year 3 characters. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but a good number of people, since it's made by Psy Games, were hoping that they also get a guest character from Uma Musume.
Yo, if they do that, it's over,
I
chat.
want gold chip.
80% of the Under Night players are dropping their game and playing Grand Blue. I'm telling you that right now.
I want gold chip in there.
I
just for
think
me.
if they do that, Gold Chip would be like that one guest character, and it's like that will bring people to play their game.
Oh, I agree.
Yo,
I played it once, never came back again. And Nara Meyer user, Sir Penguin might go.
Sir Penguin.
Wait, what did he say?
Nara Meyer user, let's go.
Yeah.
He plays Naramaya also.
Then there's my ass that played Avatar Belial for like a while,
Bro.
Yeah.
and then he got nerfed. And
I
He was chilling, bro. The other one was the criminal, the
Yeah.
regular Belial.
yeah, I all played with bottom 5.
I still play with Narmaya from time to time, like just for fun, just to like, if I'm playing against someone, like if it's a casual set, I'll use Narmaya as a test. Be like, all right, let me see how good you are. Like if you give me a lot of pressure, be like, all right, I'm switching to 2B.
I think I traumatized someone a long time ago with Avatar Belial, and I think it's a TO from like North Carolina.
What are you doing against my TOs?
I don't know.
Oh,
I zoned him out.
diabolical.
I zoned him.
That was a F4 con hosted by TNS, right?
No, this was just online. I just found the guy for Rising Machines or something like that. A place you went to once.
Yeah.
I felt bad, but I think, you know what? I'm gonna play that game instead of Street Fighter for a bit. See how it goes. I
Yeah.
need to switch up my hobbies.
I'm gonna go bang bang, bro.
Definitely. So
Now let's get serious.
Yeah, with the opener done, so we're gonna move on to our topics today, and that is Highguard. So Highguard launched this past Monday, and it received mostly negative reviews on Steam.
That was fast.
And I was not surprised because the fact that I knew this was bound to happen due to the fact that when we were all watching the Game Awards, especially myself and Waluigi, and Jeff Keighley hyped this game up like this is going to be the best thing that's coming out, and Monday finally rolls, everyone downloads it and plays it, be like, yo, this game's not it.
But wait, Silver, last episode we talked about how he did it for free.
Yes. Yeah, we've been talking about Highguard for quite some time.
So
like
yeah,
a
long
good
story short,
couple of
most
episodes.
this last week's episode, we announced that we found out that it was released for free. Like they didn't have to spend $500,000 on a trailer. You're just like, here you go. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Well, that one free announcement cost them probably hundreds of thousands of dollars because nobody is enjoying it as much.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you guys like my thoughts on it because I've played it. I played a good number of hours with this game, so I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much read the article. Highguard is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, and at least one segment of the gaming community has already left their impressions on the game. Within an hour of its release, Highguard has received mostly negative reviews on Steam from players. From reported performance issues to players saying they've been booted from the game, there seems to be a number of concerns from players. Barely had 60 frames per second on a 5070 Ti and a 140 in a 14,700K, said one user. Another added that they logged in immediately and got kicked out of the game. That said, while some of the concerns appear to be valid, there are many simply joining in on the belief that many of this will be a Concord 2 situation. For what it's worth, Concord peaked at just 697 players on Steam, while Highguard has reached nearly 100,000 concurrent players as of writing, which is true.
Okay.
The biggest takeaway after the first few matches is that the rules are really different, one review reads. This isn't just a Temu Concord or Overwatch. The build-up, flag, and siege phases give the match a clear rhythm, and once you get used to it, it's way more fun than pure aim duels. So,
okay.
With that said, I'll give you guys my impressions of the game since I've played it. Did you guys play Highguard on Monday or no?
I did not, but I've watched my friends play it, and just looking at it didn't really pique my interest.
I got a chance to even go to my computer in the past few days.
But
right.
you've played it, so I'm kind of curious on what your thoughts are.
All right, so my thoughts on Highguard after I've played it is that I see the vision with the game. I see where they're trying to go with the game. However, I would say the biggest flaw, if you definitely want to keep more players playing this game, add more players because you have these big, huge maps, and it's 3v3.
Oh.
Huge maps, 3v3, and I ain't gonna lie, it gets a little bit boring after a couple of matches because you now know what you need to do. Like when you first boot into the game, you're pretty much fortifying all your defenses, making sure that your walls are fortified so that way when the enemy does indeed try to siege your base, your walls are fortified, which will give you enough time to intercept them and then just ward them off because the enemy team has to come in and plant a bomb that detonates in your base, and you have and there's 2 control points. So if they detonate both of them, then hey, they win. Or if the life bar goes from 100 to 0, so it really depends on the situation. So when you first start in, when you first boot up, you get into the game, you're fortifying, and after that, I would say after a minute, you're then released from your base area. You can go out and you start getting loot. You can break these crystal shards for currency, which would help with upgrades, getting better weapons, getting better armor. And then, of course, you're also opening chests to get better loot, like armor, better weapons, better tier weapons, so on and so forth.
Right.
And as you're doing that, you're waiting for the sword that you guys saw in the trailer to drop down. Use that sword to siege the other enemy base.
Oh.
So
Okay.
so now you and the other team, you guys are fighting to get the sword, and the person that has the sword can go siege the other enemy's base, while the other team is trying to prevent you to siege their base, and they would have to try to intercept you and then take that sword. Think of it like capture the flag.
Okay.
Yeah. So think of it like capture the flag. So now you're sieging the base. Now you got the sword. You siege the base. Now the base is open. Now you can go attack the base and attack the two objectives. You blow up those two objectives, game.
Okay. Okay.
So this is a 3v3 hero raid shooter. So, and with the heroes, or the wardens as they like to call it, each of them have their different unique abilities, and it's very similar. I'm not gonna lie, it's very similar to your team shooters like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, where you have like a tank character, you have a support character, you have your DPS character. And as I'm, playing the game after a couple of matches, I'm like, if they made this 6v6, this would have been so much better. Like a hell of a lot chaotic, more gunfights, because after you wipe the team, then it's just like, all right, now we got to siege the base. And like the matches can go really long if you're up against a really good team, or really short to the point where it's just like, y'all just storm through the team, GG's game. So with that, I see the vision with this game. Is the game bad? Is the game bad? It's bad with just the 3v3. If they add 3 more characters to where now it's 6v6, perfect.
Okay.
Because the maps are huge.
Right. In comparison of how many players there are, they could utilize the space more.
Right. And if, let's just say, if they don't want to do 6v6, another way you can do it is add 2 more bases, and you have 3v3, v3, v3. 4 teams of 3 all trying to battle to get that one sword to siege the other enemy's base. Yes, that would be so chaotic, and it would be fun.
It'd be a battle of attrition.
Yes, exactly.
Right. What's a good definition of what the game would remind me of? It reminded me of Star Wars Battlefront with like the 50v50. How that would go on for hours, but at least you're making some gain, progress, and some type of tiers. Yeah, I could see that. That would be sick.
And with the negative reviews, especially when it comes to performance issues, like with PC, I completely understand, because when you, especially on PS5, when we first booted in, we didn't have like a lot of customization options to like, can I play this at 120? Can I increase my FOV? Because that was not there. So I don't know if PC players even had that option. Because games like Call of Duty, of course, Battlefield, Apex Legends, like you can increase your FOV. You can also, whether you want to play at 60 or 120, they at least give you that option. Highguard does not give you that option. So it was very bare bones, and performance-wise, like, yeah, there's some hit detection issues with the game, but I was like, if they beta tested this game, then
I think they would have fixed their bugs a lot more.
Yeah, they would have fixed the more common bugs of the game. But overall, just add more players onto the map, and I think it would suffice. I think you would have something really good. And honestly, any other developer that is like looking at this game, they're gonna take this concept and be like, we'll do something a lot better.
Yeah, it's now like it's like a token of like appreciation, some knowledge and ideas, where you're able to find a new way to make another game.
Yeah, because you have the gameplay concept of capture the flag. You have the gameplay concept of like looter shooter, like going out, go get loot, gain currency, go to the shop, and upgrade your stuff. Like, they took some good elements from other shooters and put it into this game, and it's also a hero shooter as well. So you have 8 unique characters. I think if you add more players to the game, like 6v6 or 3v3, v3, v3, instead of 8 heroes, I would do 12.
Yeah.
To just balance things out, so that way now you have a much diverse cast of characters, and a chaotic battlefield where everyone's just fighting off. Like now, especially if it's like 3v3, now you're not worrying about one team. You got to worry about 3 teams, and those teams got to worry about 3 other teams as well. That would make for some really hectic gameplay, and I think the sauce is there. I think it's there, but it's just more of a wait and see.
Right.
That's well said.
I like that there's the idea is there, but the execution isn't. So that means with updates, there's a possibility it gets fixed.
Yeah. So
I might download it to try it out.
yeah. So does Jeff Keighley deserve to be flamed on Twitter for it? Yes. He deserves it.
Everything,
Like,
bro.
unanimously, like, yeah, we do agree with this because there could have been a better trailer. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And as you know, as they said, like they were meant to shadow drop this game.
Yeah, shadow dropping probably would have been more of a.
It would be more of a risk.
Yeah, it'd be more risky. But the Game Awards, where millions of viewers are watching,
Yeah.
was riskier.
Yeah. And to the point where they almost hit 100,000 viewers. Not 100,000 viewers, but 100,000 players just on Steam alone. So I don't know how much the numbers are on console.
That's the scary part. It has potential. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do or what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Good or bad, it feels like a neutral, like, come up.
Yeah, because I can definitely see why people are giving it a negative review, because the fact that after a couple of games, you're bored.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like, after you've squad wiped 3 people, it's just like, all right, what else is to do? Like, we've owned this team, we've beaten these guys.
Imagine just getting ganked specifically.
Yeah, and I think the problem is that this was set with such a high expectation, with it being the
Blame Jeff
final
Keighley.
trailer,
Yeah.
that right now it's not meeting anybody's expectations, and that's a big problem.
And, like, I don't think people know what to expect.
Yeah, like a lot of us did not know what to expect with this game. And granted, thankfully there is a training mode where it explains everything
thank
in the
God.
game. So at least you're not going in blind. If you skip the training mode, you're going in blind.
That'd be so much funnier.
But there's a training mode that walks you through the entire process, and then you just get into a game. Then you learn your character's abilities, see if you like them, if you don't, and yeah, from the gameplay aspect, I would say there's like one weapon in the game that is complete ass, because I would dump so many bullets into this one enemy player and they still down me. I will say that if you're good with the sniper rifle, you're gonna end up winning a lot of games. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you. If you're good at sniping, you're gonna win a lot of games.
Oh, no. That's horrific.
Oh, there's already a meta chat.
Not even a meta. They don't even know what it is yet.
And then you have this one character that transforms into this big hulking ice character.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
I
and
called him a furry.
I will say this: like, if they're near the objective, it's pretty much GG's, because he's so hard to take down. Because the fact that he has like a lot of armor and a lot of health, so it's just like, yeah, he's a bitch to take down.
Yeah.
You gotta get the sniper to help you out.
No, you got to get rid of him before he transforms.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you're at the objective and you see this big monster just come in, it's just like, yeah, GG's. You're not walking out of this alive.
It's like, yeah, you're going to have to hold that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But overall, Highguard, I cannot say it's a hit, and I can't say it's a miss, but I think for expectation wise, it's a miss. But we'll see what happens later down the road with more updates, because as I said, the biggest thing is you need more players, because it just feels so empty. Again, three against 3, it just feels empty.
Yeah.
Right.
And I wish there were more people that you could add into your party, so that way it makes it more interesting. I think that's what's holding out for the game, and with the way how ball and gun gamers are, their attention spans are very short. So
That's funny.
so you got them playing this game for the very first time, and after that, they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna just go back to our regular games. We're gonna go back to Call of Duty. We're gonna go back to Fortnite, and just stay there.
A ball and gamer will be offended later.
Like, they'll play it, but I do not expect them to stay for very long. But I will say that with this game coming out, granted it's lacking in certain areas. The one area they were not lacking in was microtransactions, boy. Because
Mm.
they had skin packs out the wazoo. They were not lacking
Oh.
with that.
Already?
Yes,
Man, you gotta high guard your wallets now, chat.
literally.
Hide your wallets. I'm tired of this game.
Don't be. I'm on caffeine right now.
And I do love like the games journalists that are trying to defend the game. Like Highguard is fun when you don't have an internet in your ear telling you it's nasty. Like they were shilling for this game, and it's like, bro, this game did not meet a lot of people's expectations. They they wanted to shadow drop this game, and it's not meeting people's expectations. Like people were not happy with what they saw at the Game Awards. Like this is uninteresting. If this is coming from the previous creators of Titanfall and Apex Legends, yeah, you might as well just give us a Titanfall game. Or since Respawn Entertainment doesn't want to make a Titanfall game, then do something completely new where it feels like a Titanfall game. I'm just saying.
I've been wanting a Titanfall 3 since forever.
Same here.
I love the multiplayer prestige system, the movements, but now you're just introducing a whole new background. It's
Tired
you
of them.
say from the developers of Apex Legends and Titanfall, you're expecting a game similar to that route.
Yeah. But yeah, they were definitely out there, primarily PC gamer, just shilling for the game, because the fact that the backlash was heavy when it came to Highguard and not meeting a lot of people's expectation. Bro, Jeff Keighley's Twitter was raided with quote retweets, bro.
Bro, he was trying to defend that game heavy on the Twitter, he's like,
he was getting cooked.
He was getting cooked, bro.
There's no escaping. I wonder how bad those messages.
I'm like, you know what, bro? You got that. You're gonna take all that heat. I'll see you in the next Game Awards next year, and we can clown about it.
Oh, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
I know. I'm looking at the Highguard is fine topic. I'm just reading down, and I'm just seeing the positive.
Because man, that Monday, I'm at work, and Jeff Keighley was just like hyping it up, and I'm just like, and here we go. And then day 2, he puts out a picture. He posts a picture, and it's that one meme where the guy's just like this, and you see a bunch of swords at him. Bro, everyone came at this man heavy.
Cooked. Deep fried. Never coming back.
I will say the game is overall mid, but there's potential for it to be great. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, whoever, there's a game company out there that's looking at Highguard and be like, you know what?
Let's do a better version.
We can do something a lot better than this that I know that a lot of people will get into. They're just gonna take their idea and just run with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will give the developers credit for bringing something like this unique and new, because I don't think you see this in many other shooters, if I'm mistaken, where it's a hero shooter and it's a raid shooter on top of that. So you combine those two elements into one.
Yeah, it's unique.
I haven't seen anything like that, so I love that there's.
Yeah, we can definitely roast the situation and also acknowledge what they're working on.
Yeah.
It's called constructive criticism, chat. Because
We're here to burn them and crash them down.
Too much work.
But no, yeah, okay. We'll see what we'll see what they do in the next few months and see how they react and update the game.
Same. Now I'm waiting for the laptop to just load.
Any minute now.
Drop kick it.
Literally.
But yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what the patch is.
Sorry, I read a comment. Said I need to know why the devs flew out Dr. Disrespect.
Oh my god.
Oh no, they didn't. That was fake.
I know.
Dr. Disrespect.
That sounds
out
like
here,
bait.
Doctor lying to us, bro.
That sounds like
Doctor
bait.
deceiving. Doctor deceiving. He got flamed for that too.
Definitely. Much deserved.
Yeah, out of all the games you had to shill, it had to be that one with like the bad rep. Like, nah.
Specifically.
Yeah, you had one job. But yeah.
Yeah, my laptop is definitely not loading it. It's like I don't know.
All right.
But if you're on Twitter, all I gotta say is if you're on Twitter, you can definitely see it. Just type Jeff Keighley and go to that one memes where he says in his post where he says opening X this morning, and just look at the quote retweets. You're just gonna have a really good time going through all these comments because boy, when I say people were roasting the fuck out of him, they were.
They were never gonna make it out alive.
No, not yet. We just have to wait it out.
All right.
So yeah, I'm just gonna move on to our next topic because my laptop is just
I'm listening.
not cooperating with me, and it's very unfortunate.
We're
So
listening.
All right. So what's the next one?
if I can get to the other tab, like
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
bro, it's like I can move the mouse, but it's just the browser. It's like
The browser's getting cooked, bro. Control Shift Escape. Let's see what's happening.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, get down.
let me see if I can do it on. Let me just do it here.
Okie doke.
I just have to change the screen.
That is valid.
Okie dokie. Has anybody been watching the Fallout show?
Nope.
All right, cool. I've been watching it. I just did the first episode. It's looking pretty good. I think February? Yeah, I think like the last episode of it comes out in February. I'm finally getting around to playing it or not playing it, watching it. I'm excited. I love the first season. I can't wait for the second season. So I'm gonna watch that slowly until like the last episode drops, because I low key don't want to be waiting every week. So I just kind of let it do its thing. But I hear great things, just like the first one. Everybody liked it. It was really really good. Second season's here.
I mean,
Apparently everybody likes it. It's really really good. Oh chat, we got some.
oh,
We are looking good.
All right, so let me go ahead.
Slap that sucker on there.
that doesn't work, chat. That is the real question.
Talk to me, chat. Sheesh, let me talk to you, chat.
So I've been so bored recently that I started watching anime again after like being on a huge hiatus.
Oh, word. Okay. What have you been watching?
It's called Tojima Tanzuyo Wants to Be a Common Writer.
Oh, I've watched like 2 episodes. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I didn't get to
I've
stick
been
with it.
Binging it because the amount of like stupidity and creativity in the show is actually pretty good.
That's good. I heard good things. It's basically a dude who's like a big fan of Kamen Rider, and he
finds-
tries to become one, right?
Yeah, and then there's more people that are into this.
Oh,
And then
okay.
they find out the terrorist group is like real, and that's where shit just gets sideways, and it's super funny.
Oh, okay.
They make it like a comedy, a very slight romance, like every niche feeling.
All right, we got the
Oh,
screen.
sweet.
Now I got the screen on this one finally loading.
Yay!
So yippee. Let me full screen this.
So Sony is
So Sony is quietly suggesting PS4 players upgrade to the PS5.
quietly.
They have the gun to your head, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
If you want, I can read the article too.
Nah, I got it.
Cool,
got it.
Let him cook.
I believe in you.
All right. Earlier today, images surfaced online of a system message apparently sent by PlayStation direct to users on PS4 consoles, and I saw images of people sending the screenshots and like videos, like they would make a video of it. I saw it on Twitter. Getting this message, the message suggesting that they take a look at the latest deals on PlayStation 5 consoles to upgrade and avoid missing out on some of the biggest games set to launch in 2026. Midway through 2024, the split between PS4 and PS5 players was 50-50, with tens of millions of gamers worldwide still using the 2013 console as their flagship gaming device.
It's a good console nowadays, still.
It is.
It's so
Like,
reliable.
Like even if you got like the Pro, it still kind of keeps up with like what you want it to do. So
Yeah.
there's just not that big of a leap, in my opinion, between PS4 performance and 5 performance. All we get is a faster SSD, which enables a different experience, but overall, still plays well.
Yeah. It's time to give up the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that's quick.
The PlayStation 5 has been on the market for more than 5 years, and the first PlayStation 4 console dropped in 2013. So perhaps it's time to finally bite the bullet and make that upgrade. That is, unless you're holding out for the launch of the PlayStation 6 and are prepared to skip a generation.
Oh, okay.
In a recent image, I already talked about the image, so it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Talk more about this.
I know.
So, yeah, guys, I understand, like, times are hard,
Yes.
and you're still gaming on the PS4, and I don't blame you because there's, like, a lot of games on the PlayStation 4, and I mean a lot that you can definitely explore. There's a lot of free-to-play games that are on the PlayStation 4 that you can still play and enjoy to the point where just like, I'm still having a good experience. I'm still having a good time here.
Yeah.
So it's not hampering my online experience, but I think PlayStation is doing this so that they can slowly start. I think because of two reasons. One is to slowly weed out support for the PS4. My second reason, there's a potential possibility they're going to start raising the price of the PS5. So it's just like, you might as well come get it now before we jack the price up again.
Bro, again? Nah, it's over, chat.
The spikes are just going to keep happening the more that production is made.
Yeah.
I don't want this reality we're in, bro. Why are we getting more higher prices? We've been gaming for 30 years. Y'all lower the prices as time goes on.
Exactly.
Why is it this generation y'all want to flip a coin and decide it's heads today?
Technically it's 40, but that's not important.
40.
Yeah, because we're not in the era of PS5 shortages like early 2020, 2021, and 2022. So we're not in those times anymore. So getting a PS5, like you can literally walk into a Walmart or Best Buy
or Target, literally,
and you'll see a PS5 console right there.
Or just go online, literally.
Yeah. Or online, or go to a GameStop and just get a used PS5 and just call it a day. So it's definitely not. It is expensive. Don't get me wrong. It is expensive,
but it's not as difficult as it used to be.
Yeah, it's not as difficult as it used to be. And listen, I understand, like especially with games on the PS4, especially brand new games, we would get them at $60 a price, versus on the PS5 it's now $70.
Yeah, the $10 difference is a huge difference for a lot of people.
Yeah, which is why a lot of people typically wait for sales or price drop.
Black Friday.
With certain games, so that way they can just go ahead and pick it up. And then, of course, on the PlayStation platform, and it's been said numerous times, you have a lot of ball and gun gamers on the PS4 because all they play is 2K, Madden, FIFA, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto. Like, that is majority bulk of the PlayStation platform. Like, when you look at games, best-selling games, it's usually those games. And when you look at the user base, they're mostly on PlayStation because games like Fortnite, like that's how Fortnite really got popular and how the PlayStation 4 at the time got super popular because the fact that, one, you can play online for free without having PlayStation Plus. On the Xbox, you still needed Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And but actually for PS4, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know 2K26 was for PS4. What the hell?
Yeah, so
2K26, baby.
But Xbox finally, reversed that decision to where, okay, you don't need Xbox Live to play games online. But at that point,
the damage was done.
The damage was done, and you're already too late. Like now with the current generation, the Xbox Series, like now you guys want to make that change. It's like it's kind of too late because the bulk have already went to PlayStation. Like you could just I would say back in like 2015, 2016, like if you didn't have enough money to buy a $60 game or even a $50 game, hey, cool beans, give me a PS4. I'll just play Fortnite and just call it a day. Just play any of the free-to-play games, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I would play. I don't have to buy anything unless it's like skins and shit. And people were good with that. And that's how the PS4 user base grew over the years. And then, of course, when you look internationally, PlayStation consoles always do better than Xbox consoles anyway. So you got that there.
Yeah.
But overall, with this, like, I understand with PS4 players, it's expensive to make that jump, especially back then when a PS5 cost like $500 if you wanted the disc version. If you wanted the digital version, then it was about $100 cheaper. But if you was able to get one, hey, you're the lucky ones. Especially if you had the first gen model, not the slim model that's currently out now. So
That breaks all the time, apparently.
Yeah.
the slim model breaks.
Dude, yeah, their performance on thermals is really bad. So I've had a lot of people I've known personally and online say that the slim models aren't the ones you want to get.
Damn. And people are giving a lot of shit with the OG model.
The OG model's better in that regard,
Damn.
which is crazy because you have two bad instances and then people still prefer the original model because that's still better.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. So
Don't know about the Pro, but like you really gonna be shelling out $700?
Yeah.
That's a couple. That's a lot of money. But we'll see what happens with these consoles, man.
definitely. But yeah, PlayStation's letting y'all know, PS4 gamers, it is time to upgrade. It is time to get with the times. And I understand, like, you're waiting for certain games to have, but there are certain games to where you can have it on both platforms, PS4 and PS5. But what happens is that game gets held back performance-wise because of the fact that the developers will have to cut corners for the PS4 version when they know this game's gonna be running good and looking good on the PS5 version. Like, case in point, on the PS5, there are certain games where you can play at a much higher performance. Like, you have performance mode or quality mode. Like, do you want better visuals while you're playing, or do you want better performance? You don't get that with the PlayStation 4. Unless it's the Pro, and certain games on the PS4 Pro will allow you to have either performance or quality. It's very few. But on the PS5, most games have both of those options, where if you want performance or you want quality, and you're able to play, especially at performance, you're able to play your games at 60 frames per second or a little bit more.
Yeah. And low key, like 60 is fine. A lot of people can still enjoy a game around those frame rates. It doesn't have to be higher.
It's very standard, anyways.
Yeah. If
And
you're competing, then maybe. Like those FPS games, then yeah, I can see that justification. But that's a niche number of people,
yeah. And of course, streaming on the console itself, PS4 and PS5. PS4 without the Pro, I believe it's 1080-30, and I think with the Pro close to it's maybe 1080-60. I have to double check, but I know on the PS5 it's 1080-60.
Right.
So you have your options, people. But if PlayStation is letting you know it's time to make that upgrade, that means something is coming down the pipeline where it's just like, you might as well make that move now, so that way you don't regret it later.
Yeah. I feel like Sony hasn't ever done such a distinct move like this with the PS3 to PS4. It was pretty much like everybody kind of hopped on. They didn't have to be negotiating you to get off the PS3 to play on the PS4.
Yeah,
that's true.
Same thing with the PS2 to PS3. This is the first time I've seen them go out of their way to invite you to be like, hey, maybe you should get a PS5.
It's like, take a seat.
Maybe you should take this, where there's no consequences whatsoever.
Better quality in Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah. For fucking got Marvel Rivals on there. You got the modern Call of Duties.
Then you got newer PS5 exclusives.
Yeah, exclusives, quote unquote.
I know, I gotta say it like that.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what happens.
It's very interesting. I'm looking forward to when they start bringing up the PS6 again.
I'm trying to find the article. I don't know if I found it.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, now my laptop's wanting to cooperate.
Now
Yeah, now it wants to cooperate and
I was struggling earlier with
load
Twitter.
and move fast. So since we're still on the topic of PlayStation, might as well just go ahead and just talk about this one right here real quick. And that is the PlayStation 6 release date is likely to be delayed longer than forecasts suggest, analyst says. Sony will look to extend the PS5 lifecycle for longer, it's claimed. The release date of the PlayStation 6 is likely to come later than most forecasts have suggested, according to a data analyst. Dave Gibson, a senior analyst at MST Financial, posted a report on his insights on Sony Group's performance and likely future decisions via its member company Sandstone Insights Japan. According to Gibson's report, Sony sales in quarter 3 of its financial year for the entire Sony Group, not just its games division, are projected to be $11.7 billion, with an operating profit of $1.04 billion. In terms of the game division, Gibson wrote that he believes strong sales of the first-party and third-party game software support the company's third party's performance, and that's a result, as a result, its games and network services segment remained strong for the quarter. As a result, he said its third quarter results are expected to beat market expectations driven by sales of both in-house and third-party games. Crucially, Gibson also stated that he believes the PlayStation 5 successor isn't likely to release anytime soon, and that previous forecasts on its release window may not be accurate. Sony expects the PS5 lifecycle to be extended, and the PS6 release is likely to be delayed longer than many expected.
No shot.
Okay.
So,
So the question is before or after GTA 6?
You know, I wouldn't be
That's the
surprised.
real question now.
After GTA 6. You know why? Because they need you to buy the game
And then
on
remaster.
PS5, and then a year later, drop it again on the new console so you can buy it twice.
Yep.
I know they're going to do that.
The cycle never ends.
It
no.
never ends.
GTA 6 will be the staple of after GTA 5. And then you know what? They're going to be like, hey, F you, here's GTA 5 on the PS6.
It's over.
oh yeah.
It's going to happen. It's bound to happen.
Like when I heard about this news, like I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, it's like, yes, delay the PS5, like the life cycle of the PS5. Even though Sony says like they're halfway into the life cycle of the PS5, I would say delay it, because the fact that with RAM prices and tech prices going up higher,
It's hard to predict a solid price range.
yeah, and you want your next console to be affordable, so that way many people pick it up, and then of course many people buy the games that come with it if you want to make revenue. So by delaying it and still putting out games for the current console and extending the generation is a really good move. And honestly, if you got a PS5 now, you might as well just take care of that bad boy, make sure it doesn't overheat, you don't do anything stupid with it, because we're going to be in for a long run. And honestly, I still even though for most people, because they started with the PS5 generation a little bit late thanks to COVID,
Right.
like I would say a lot of people started in probably either 2022 or 2023.
A little bit like delayed.
They still feel like, hey, I'm just now getting into the PlayStation generation and the ecosystem. So
Yeah.
the fact that people are talking about PS6, like, bro, I just got in here. Like, give me some time to experience more of your games. I'm not like some of these people who just got the game like day one or year one. Like most of us either got it like a year later or in 2022, like around that window,
Right.
before you could finally see it at stores and go pick one up, instead of just waiting for a drop like many of us did. Like I'm waiting for that online drop, and then boom, you click. Yeah, you didn't get it.
I still can't believe my dad walked into a GameStop just to grab it in the middle of them opening in 2022.
So I pulled up. Here you go.
Bro, you know the last time I touched my PS5 was? Like 2023 or 24 playing Elden Ring.
Bro.
It's been a while.
Yo, same. I mean, I still got one over here
Oh yeah, you
playing
do.
with it.
I knew I forgot something.
But yeah, delaying the PS6 release, I would say 2029 or even 2030. I would say that's the better move. Hopefully, tech prices go back down and it's more affordable.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was watching.
see.
I was reading Sir Penguin's comment. For me, it took a year later because of the whole scalping situation.
That too. Yep.
That was
Scalpers.
a horror show.
Yeah, everybody's over here trying to have you pay an arm and a leg literally for a console.
Man, people selling scalping Xboxes were the funniest because they never really made it that far.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like now, pretty much what scalpers were doing was making you pay like $700-800 for a console. We're kind of borderline doing that as a normal thing now with like the pro models.
It's like make it 900 or 1,000 at this point.
Yeah, like the scalpers did it for you. Now you're doing it.
I remember going to Florida SuperCon, and I don't know if you were there. I don't know
What year?
I think 2021 or 2022. I think it was 2021 because we were still wearing masks in the convention. In the convention, but I remember seeing a vendor having a PS5 and they were selling that console for like $800 or whatnot. I'm just like,
I think I was there.
and then I was like, I was looking at the price, and then I was just looking at them. I'm just like, y'all some motherfuckers. Y'all some motherfuckers. And then
Bread is bread, apparently.
yeah. And then 2 hours later, when I came circling back, it was gone. I was just like, someone desperate enough bought the damn thing.
Which is impressive.
$800.
$800 for a base PS5 disc version.
$8 bills. And we're like,
For
yo,
a disc version.
I'll take it. Crazy.
I remember that so well. I'm just like, oh, y'all some motherfuckers.
We can at least say one thing about con people: they aren't broke. Well, most of them are.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude.
Because I also think that was during a time where a lot of people were like fishing for a PS5 because not a lot of people had one. Of course, during that time, I was looking for one as well. It's like, man, I need to get me a PS5. Hopefully, there's some of these vendors that got a PS5. I'll probably get it if it's like $50, like a little bit. Like if it's like $500 and they want to sell for like $550, I'll bite the bullet on that one. Or at least provide like an extra controller and a game on top of it to justify the price. No, they just sell the whole console. Be like,
Plastic wrapped in.
yeah.
They're like,
with a
yeah, there's
sticky
free
note.
games. You can play free games until you get some.
No, they never mentioned the free games.
Yeah. They got Fortnite. They got War Thunder. World of Tanks. You'll be fine. Warframe.
Yeah.
I say you'll be fine.
I hate everybody.
So yeah, that's that with PlayStation. Let's talk about Xbox.
Alrighty.
Xbox revenue decline as Microsoft reports fiscal year 26 quarter 2 earnings.
Uh-oh.
Waluigi, you want to read that one?
I got you. I'm loading this right now with the speed of internet. Alrighty, Xbox revenue declines as Microsoft reports FY26 Q2 earnings. Microsoft had another big quarter on paper. Xbox, however, did not. In its second quarter fiscal year 2026 earnings report, Microsoft announced a 17% year-over-over jump in revenue of $81.3 billion, with growth once again driven by cloud and AI. Microsoft Cloud revenue hits $51.5 billion. Azure jumped 39%, and most of the company major business lines continue to trend in the right direction. Xbox was a clear exception. Xbox revenue fell across the board. Within Microsoft's report, the company said that its gaming revenue has fallen 9%, while Xbox content and service revenue fell 5% year over year.
Okay.
Microsoft didn't disclose specifics on the Xbox content regarding the revenue for services like Xbox Game Pass.
They don't want to.
No, but did say that the decline can be attributed to last year's benefiting from the strong first-party content performance. Still, the slowdown is hard to overlook as Xbox content growth continues to cool, at least for the time being. Hardware was even a bigger concern. Then on that topic, Microsoft confirmed that Xbox hardware revenue dropped 32% during the quarter. As usual, the company did not provide console sale numbers or much added context,
Of course they wouldn't.
but the direction is clear. Xbox console sales continue to slide, even as Microsoft's position the brand as more of a service-driven ecosystem than a traditional hardware platform.
Okay.
Holy crap! 32%.
Are we not people? Chat. Are we not surprised with this?
I ain't.
Are we not surprised with this?
Xbox, if you're here on our TikTok,
I'm sorry. We gave
I'm
you like
bad, G, but like, what's going on?
you
like,
good? You good?
You good? You want me to get you a cup of coffee? It's looking tough out here.
Shout out for the comment from my boy Johnny, but now we're back into business.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Want me to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, no. I still got more I want to
Don't
say.
worry.
Oh yeah, say your piece.
Don't worry, I'm bookmarked.
But I'm just like, bro, like y'all raised the price of your console even higher. Even your more affordable option is about the same price as a discless PS5.
Bro, the Series S was a deal.
Yeah, like literally, like I remember before the price hike, you could get like an Xbox Series S at like what $250 brand new. I remember this, and I was like, once I have the money, I'm gonna cop this and probably either have it for myself or have it at the arcade, just for people to play or whatnot, and then get the Game Pass subscription and just call it a day. And then they done jack the price up of that damn console. I'm just like, well, now I'm never getting it anymore. So
yeah, at this point, Xbox is X done.
That was like the whole point of that console is that it was an economic option, and then now it's no longer an economic option.
It's just an option.
It's just an option.
And then of course not telling us the sale numbers of your Xbox Game Pass because you done raised the price of Game Pass because we did not forget about that from last year. They raised the price from $20 a month to now $30 a month, and that ended up upsetting a lot of people to the point where they end up canceling their subscription and be like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah,
If that's the case. I'm not paying $30 a month just to play some of these games day one. I'm good.
Yeah, you got Nintendo literally opening up their sales and how much they've made.
Nah, for real, bro.
Xbox is
$30
way too-
bucks a month? Dude, that's like a new game every like 2 months. Like, and these games that we buy that are worth $60, $70, let's say they go on sale like a month, right? With the backlog that we get, like that's like 5-6 games a year. I'm okay with that. That's a reasonable number. But now I don't get to own it with this Game Pass. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not for me.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, and in the past, we've seen game developers pretty much opt out and not wanting to have their games on Xbox Game Pass because they feel as if I put my game on Game Pass, yeah, I'm going to get some money from Microsoft from it, but I also risk not making more money if this game really pops off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I make this game and this game cost me $10 million to make, Xbox would be like, you know what, we'll give you guys $15 million if you put it on Game Pass. All right, cool. $5 million profit. Cool. But if it was not on Game Pass and we took the chance to see if people really like the game and it blows up, we could have made even way more money than that. If we opted not to put our game on Game Pass, which a lot of games didn't go to Game Pass because of the fact that there's that possibility. I remember Black Myth Wukong was not on Xbox for at least a year due to the fact that the developers, they did not want their game to be on Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass is too safe.
Yeah, not too safe, but it was also a risk because the fact that we don't know if we're gonna make a lot of money if we don't put it on Game Pass. There's that risk of if we put it on Game Pass, we'll get some money from Microsoft because they got the money. But if we don't put it on Game Pass, then we also take the risk of whether we're gonna make a lot more money or we're gonna make less.
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
Right.
So certain game developers will take that risk, which is why they'll go with PS5 and PC because they know that's where the majority of the gamer player base is at, PS5, PC. So they'll put their games there, and then they'll just skip out on the Xbox version because it's like everyone's on Game Pass because people don't want to buy new games day one. Which I understand, and which I get.
Yeah, I do.
Because I do have my friends of mine they play on Xbox Game Pass because they don't want to go out and buy $60 games or whatnot. Even though I live locally to them, they can be like, yo, I can let y'all borrow some of my games. Like, I have a huge backlog of games for a reason. Like, if you want to borrow some games, I'll borrow some games. Hell,
I don't want to go back to the old days.
Yeah, let me borrow the disc. Call it a day.
Even my brother still has I let my brother borrow Expedition 33. I know he hasn't beaten it yet because he's a dad, but he knows that I got games. Like, you can ask me if I got the game, if I got it on disc, yeah, I'll let you borrow it. I probably may not play it ever again because I already beat the game, but yeah, you can play it. Yeah, I'll probably forget about it, but yeah, you can play it.
You want me to continue with this article?
Yeah, you can finish it up.
Alrighty, once we're ready. And recent quarterly data shows how quickly things have changed. Xbox content and services revenue posted strong gains throughout much of FY25, including multiple quarters of double-digit growth. That momentum has now faded with FY26 Q2, marking a shift into negative territory.
Negative is pretty bad.
Negative is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Despite the Xbox decline for the quarter, other parts of the earnings helped soften the impact. Windows OEM and devices revenue grew 1%, while search and news advertising rose 10%. Underline just how much Xbox is lagging behind Microsoft's other consumer-facing businesses. For Microsoft, the overall earnings picture remains strong. For Xbox, the concerns are piling up, with hardware revenue falling sharply as the Xbox Series /S ages out of the content growth seemingly slowing. Microsoft's long-term plan for the platform is becoming a bit murkier.
So, with that,
I thought it said failing earlier. I'm not gonna lie.
no, you're good. No, you're good.
I know I'm laughing because I'm like both sound sound about accurate.
Both sound bad.
Yeah, I would say overall, I think this could be Microsoft's last console, and last console that they produce, and they're gonna go with the hybrid, like the Asus ROG. They're gonna just start going with those from here on out. Because they pretty much did this to themselves. I don't care what anyone says. Like, Microsoft, y'all did this to yourselves. Like,
it's on them.
I'm sad at the fact that
I'm laughing at your brother. You're never getting it back.
You're never getting it back.
Damn.
Damn.
He's gonna like sit there and process like, I don't get to play the new updated patch.
I mean, it's a $40 game, so I mean, if he wants to keep it, he can keep it.
Well, time to get a Series X Game Pass. But
honestly, like, I think this is Xbox's last console because
I'm agreeing.
Their hardware sales have been dropping massively, and they've been taking a lot of L's. And when they jacked up the price, it was just like, yeah, GG's. Go ahead and just GG's.
Just unplug your cord.
Like, don't even make a new console at this point if you're not gonna make it affordable. Like, you had the ball with the Series S. You had the ball going with the Series S. Granted, it was not as strong as a base PS5, but it was a affordable console experience to play new gen games. And now that it's been going on 6 years, you could have lowered the price of the Xbox Series X to where it's like maybe $350 or $300, a little bit cheaper than the PS5. That would have been a more affordable option for people to get a Xbox console and then, of course, experience games. And that's another thing. The games. Most of your games are accessible on other platforms. That was the reason why the Xbox 360 was so popular and the original Xbox was so popular back in those years, because there were game experiences that you can only experience on the Xbox platform. Your multiplayer games ran better on the Xbox 360 than it did on the PlayStation 3. And I've often said this on the podcast, if Microsoft focused more of the multiplayer aspect of the Xbox, improving the multiplayer experience of the Xbox, they would have been the most dominant console hardware in the games market, to the point where even esport competitions are using your console as the primary console of choice. Because I remember when, and this was like, I would say years ago, like when Street Fighter 4 came out and it was really, really hot. The primary console, especially at EVO, was the Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of FGC players were playing on the Xbox 360 for most of their FGC games. Your anime fighters, however, were on the PlayStation. That I remember from far back ago. And like, I was like, Xbox got something really good going on here with their multiplayer games, and all you have to do is just focus on the multiplayer experience. Let PlayStation focus on the single player, because that's the one thing I will give PlayStation credit, that their single player games, they do really good. Same thing with Nintendo. Their single player games, their party and family related games, they do really good for those for that console, for that crowd of people that enjoys those type of games. So with Microsoft, with the Xbox, focus on the multiplayer experience, but they did not. They changed their strategy to go, oh, well, the Xbox can be an entertainment system. And they're just like, you completely missed the plot of your console, like what made it so popular back then. And that is the reason why we see that is the reason why Xbox went on a downfall in 2013, because they stopped focusing on the multiplayer experience, which was the one thing that made Xbox popular in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a really devastating moment, especially because PlayStation went out of their way to take advantage of the slip up of Xbox.
Yes.
I still remember
100%.
Yep.
that they were having this licensing thing about like your physical games at that point.
Yep.
When it first got announced that you couldn't just give your game to somebody else to play that same game on your Xbox One. And PlayStation did a video just to joke on them, where here's how you have somebody play used games. They got a physical game, gave it to their friend, and they were able to play it.
That's actually funny. I never knew that
Yeah,
existed.
I remember that.
No, yeah, they have like a YouTube video. If you look it up, like PS4, how to play used games or something like that. They did that video, and then that did moves in the industry. It forced Xbox to take a step back.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
go back on that decision.
You weren't kidding. This is 12 years ago.
Yep. That moment, I think, was what devastated Xbox.
Yeah, that was the killing blow. And then from then on, like, Xbox tried to recuperate, and they tried to like get back on top, but it was like, bro, it's already too late.
Yeah, that upon like not a lot of people liking their first party games. I know a lot of people were not a big fan of Halo 4 or 5.
That is still hilarious.
Like people still like the 360 iterations of those games. Same thing with Gears of War. People didn't like those 4 or 5 as much as 3.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember a friend of mine that I served in an army with or whatnot. And shout out to you, Paul. That he was having a very bad time when the Halo Master Chief Collection came out, and it was not It was broken.
Oh yeah, I remember that. There was issues day one.
He was pissed because he's a huge Halo fan. Like, we would talk about Halo during our deployment when we was in Afghanistan a lot. Like, he was a huge Halo fan, and then when he finally got when he finally got a chance, because he ended up getting an Xbox One when we came back to the States, he got an Xbox, and he was like, I'm ready to play the Halo Master Chief Collection, and man, he was disappointed. He was like, the man was so disappointed, and my heart was hurting for him, bro.
That's real.
My heart was hurting for him. I'm like, damn, bro. It was like, bro, they messed this up so badly.
They did.
Yeah, that was like your Halo Reach moment, like the final mission, survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a devastating moment.
Then I'm laughing at Dan, who's just like, my literal only use for my Xbox One is basically for anime.
Yeah,
That's
just pop on Crunchyroll and call it a day.
My dog shows up 1 week and now he's based. I love it.
My PS4 is a Blu-ray player, bro. It's just
I gave
really
my
expensive.
I loaned my PS5 to Butters, literally.
Bro, it's furniture right now, dude. It looks great.
That's the spirit.
No, yeah. Xbox was just getting cooked at that point. I think when they shifted to like having all of their first party being available on the PC, that's when it started being a little more like a second coming for it, especially when they added Halo on PC. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
I think once that happened, it was coming up. But then after that, they had the new generation of hardware, and then it just hasn't had that spark. It just hasn't had that spark since then.
Man, I want to see those old school LAN parties again.
No, yeah, I would love to
Those
see that.
those are you had to be there moments.
I know they are, but still.
All I had was a split screen of Halo 3, and I would definitely bring up like my own little portable monitor, my own console, and then we were set. And that's the closest I got for LAN parties. Penguin, For Honor. Those days when I was at university, you were at high school, when we were just fuck around with For Honor. Yeah, dude, those are the days.
Damn.
Double XP, crack a couple fucking Monster and Mountain Dew.
Base.
Dude, good times, good times.
So you ready for the next topic, chat?
Oh yeah, and our next topic is Valve facing a $900 million class action lawsuit. And earlier in the podcast, Butter Punch was talking about it, so I'm gonna let Butters take the reign on this one.
All right, so chat, this is gonna be a fun one because there's a lot of like legal jargon here. But I'm gonna like skim the article and then tell you what I got from the document that's referenced here. But here's the preface. Valve is facing a $9 million class action lawsuit.
Oh, wow.
What are they getting sued for, basically? So basically, it got filed a few years ago, right, by Vicky Shotbolt. The lawsuit claims that Valve charges excessive commission charges that lead to an unfair price, which is then passed on to consumers.
Oh.
So a little unfair price that they have to charge to the publishers and the developers, and then it just makes the games expensive in general, which makes us have to pay $70 games. That's the idea, right? So we go into the document, and pretty much it alleges that that Valve forces platform party obligations that prohibit publishers from selling products through other distribution channels on better terms than the same products that are available on Steam. What does that mean? Basically, that it makes it a lot harder to sell your games on different platforms because Steam is a better platform than everything else. A good example is we have Steam, right? And everybody wants to play Kingdom Hearts that came out on Epic Games, or Alan Wake 2 that was on Epic Games, but everybody wants it on Steam. Everybody wants that game on Steam. They don't really want to have to go to Epic Games or to GOG to play any of that, right? So Valve having this really good space in the PC market is what they're arguing about in terms of not really being fair for a distribution channel. So pretty much they're saying that since they're kind of over here with Steam having a great place to have their platform for their games, it's not fair. They're charging a lot of money. So let's go on to the next part. Pretty much in the article, Steam gets about 30% of the commission of a sale of a game.
Okay.
So there's $70 of a game, right, that you pay for. Steam gets 30% of that, and the rest goes to developers. If I had to put the math together, I'd say that's about maybe $15, $20 maybe. So $15, $20 of every single sale you make goes to Steam. And it kind of depends if it's worth it to you. Steam is a big platform. A lot of people would argue it's a good platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the issue is in other platforms like Epic Games or GOG or something like that, the commission rate on average is between 12 to 17%. That's already half of that amount. So you're looking at $7 to $8 for every single sale of your game. So between losing out $15 to $20 and losing $8 to $9 for your $70 game, that's kind of like a good deal, but you're fighting pretty much the battle of, do I want to go on this platform that nobody wants to use, or it's not as popular, right? Or you want to go on Steam where everybody's on Steam. And you already looked at the numbers. Steam is growing. We are now at over 40 million users, and that skyrocketed during the COVID pandemic. So this is kind of Valve showing like, you know, this is commissions really high, but we are a big platform. We are a force to be contended with. And with that being said, Vicky Shotbolt doesn't like this idea. It feels like it's manipulative. So in Valve's defense about this, they say that they don't have a good space to make this claim. They don't have enough evidence because of Steam keys. As you may all know, there's CD keys, G2A, and other websites like Kingwin, where you could buy Steam keys for your games at a cheaper price. Example, I bought Resident Evil 8 for like about $50. I bought Street Fighter for like $60. And these are keys to the games that you get onto Steam. Now, why is this important? Because this is a third-party like storefront that Steam sells their Steam keys to, if you buy your game at G2A or CD keys, which is now called loaded, then that means they don't get that 30% no longer. And this legal claim can't be is not considering the fact that there's Steam keys available. So because of that, Valve doesn't really care about this claim. They're not considering that. And here they say, without a credible plan for taking Steam keys into account, the PCR, as in the legal team with what they're trying to claim here, cannot establish Steam's actual effective commission charge. And without this, the PCR can't establish whether the commission charge amounts to an unfair price. So that's kind of where they're at right now. They might have to start arguing with that consideration being made. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see what happens. Here it says the case was filed on behalf of 14 million users, including minors. Schultz-Bolt's attorneys say that the average loss ranges between $30 to $60 or 22 to 44 pounds per person. So yeah, that's kind of the action lawsuit that's happening right now. It kind of depends on what you as a developer or as an audience think. Do you think Steam's that platform that can justify $30? Yeah. Or do you prefer trying to push into a different platform that's more of a justification? Kind of depends where your head's at. I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Ooh.
I say Steam's going to beat this case. Like, Valve's going to beat this case because the fact that, as you mentioned before, like, they have other competitions. It's just the fact that they're just a more reliable platform.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're a more reliable platform, and people are always going to go to them because of their reputation. How much have you heard about other launchers or other platforms where they have problems and issues with their games to the point where people don't want to deal with them? Or better yet, when gamers say that, hey, is this game going to be available on Steam? You hear that
every time.
Yeah. You hear that more often than, hey, is this going to be on Ubisoft's Uplay or Epic Games? No. Is this going to be on Steam? Is this going to be on Steam? You hear that so much. And reason for it is because Steam is valuable.
Yeah.
Steam has built that reputation over the years. And on top of that, we can refund our games if we don't like them. Or if they're not working. While other launchers, other platforms,
they'll give you a hard time.
Yeah, they'll give you a hard time, and you got to go through hoops and ladders just to get a refund.
Yep, and it's such a hassle on those other platforms that Steam's just that platform that everybody recognizes as a really good space for the gaming space. Yeah, there's a reason why there's now 40 million active users on there, and that skyrocketed from, I believe, 7 to 8 million from 6 years ago now at this point.
Literally. And also to justify, Steam has their own hardware.
Steam has their own hardware. That is correct.
Let me just point that out, that Steam has their own hardware. Steam also has, hey, you have a social way, you have a way to chat with somebody, message. You can have Steam invites. You can also play my game with me. You can do so many things, versatile in the launcher. Then you also have Wishlist.
Oh, I love that thing.
Wishlist will tell you the dates, the arrivals, and everything else that are coming out in a game, but it is insane. You don't hear many launchers just saying, hey, this game's going to come out in this time, be ready. And also, you can filter out certain games you don't want to see, anything inappropriate, specifically even like anything that's 18 plus, something that's MA, whatever they call it in European lingo, but still, I find it insane that Steam has a way to accommodate for the average gamer that's on PC, and even for Steam Decks.
Yeah.
The Steam Machine is going to be a different project and a different topic, but I'm looking forward to see how they approach in that dynamic as well.
Same.
Yeah, 100%. It's just they're no longer just a PC gaming platform
They're
space.
not even a launcher.
They're now a gaming space because they have hardware available now, and it's gonna be bigger with the Steam machine being available, especially during this wonky time with like this PC parts being all over the place and prices going up on every single console and hardware. It's just too strong of a platform to really refute if it's a worthwhile investment to put your game on there. That's my opinion on there. But I can totally see why this case is being brought up. But like I said, and like what the article says, you got to take into account Steam keys.
Yeah. Like, there's a way to get your game cheaper.
Yeah.
There will always be one way specifically. While you go to your local mom and pop store, finding used games for stupid prices. Then there's also like a community section within each game. That's also insane. You can have mods.
Oh, dude, mods. Yeah, yeah.
And like that's the benefit of PC, but that's a whole different subject. But what it's looking like now, it's not even a monopoly. It's its own independent source.
Yeah, because you could still go in Epic Games or GOG if you prefer a different philosophy.
Like that's up to you.
But yeah, that's up to you. But if you want to reach the biggest amount of people in your space, 100% it has to be Steam, and it's up to you to decide if that $30 commission is worthwhile for you to invest on.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I'd say that's pretty much the tidbit of the article. Kind of up to you to decide, is the 30% worth it? Is the Steam keys really valuable in terms of this argument here? I think so. Would you play on Epic Games and GOG instead? Probably not. But that's up to you to decide, because at the end of the day, you can make your choice.
Real.
Absolutely.
Your base butters.
Word. We got any other topics we wanted to speak on?
No, that's about it. Chat, are there any questions that you guys want to ask us?
Any topics you want us to look over?
The floor is yours for the next 3 minutes.
I'm looking up GOG because I've never heard of this website actually.
Oh, it is a gaming platform where you could play and buy games, and it's DRM free. What that means is like you don't need to be verified online to play the game. For example, if you use like your Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
And you buy a game there, if you don't go online in like the next month, it needs to verify that this game is yours online for you to play it. A GOG pretty much lets you buy the game, and then you can store it in any place you want, in a hard drive, in a disc, in like any other way, right?
What if you could transfer it to Steam? That would be interesting.
You could.
Like on a Steam Deck.
You could. You would just have to force the Steam to open up the exe that it finds on, and then play it through there. I don't know if they have a cloud service for that. I think it just has a save file within the game. But yeah, you could pretty much buy your games, and then it's pretty much yours. You don't need an online verification to play the game. You just have it. You could take it with you anywhere and just play it.
Wait, Butters, Sir Penguin sent you something.
Oh, what he say? What's say? I can't see that far, bro.
He said he sent you a link. Rainbow Six Siege has Solid Snake in as an operator.
I'm sorry, what?
Solid Snake?
Yeah, in Rainbow Six Siege.
That's what I call myself.
Solid Snake?
Yes.
We're not talking Splinter Cell, or are we talking Solid Snake? 'Cause
Solid
that's a
Snake.
Solid Snake is. Hold on, guys. We gotta look this. We gotta look this up.
Googling this right now.
So Rainbow Six Siege got the rights to Metal Gear.
No, they got a license.
They got the license to Metal Gear? No, they really shelling out money for this. Ubisoft stocks are going down, and they had to pull the break glass right now for this.
There's a trailer too, and it's Old Snake.
Old Snake. All right, put that sucker on. Can we get a VOD?
Already turned
Damn.
off.
It's okay.
His reveal is gonna be February 15th.
February 15th. Oh, chat.
That's a lot to process.
2 weeks from now, we're gonna react to that.
They brought back an IP after this.
Like. Oh.
How did Kojima approve of this? Is the question.
Nah, Kojima's. Bro, I don't even know anymore. Maybe Konami was like, yeah, we got money, bro. Here you go.
It's like, yeah, fuck Hideo. Let's just do this.
I'm flabbergasted right now.
That was a lot for me to process to see that quick little 15-second trailer.
I'm flabbergasted right now.
Is it gonna make me play Rainbow Six? No.
No,
Yeah.
but
That community is too toxic.
but I'll play casually for sure.
No, I ain't touching that. Yeah, you can always start getting to. I wonder if GOG has Metal Gear. Now I'm nosy.
That is a good question. I saw they had the Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 8, 9,
Oh yeah, that's how you sell people.
4, and 3.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at this too. Then Knights of the Old Republic for $3.
Yeah, they got all the Breath of Fire 4. So PS1 games are really convenient to play on here. They have Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. The Final Fantasies. They have Breath of Fire 4, which it costs like $70 to get on your PS1. So pay $5 now to play on your PC. Does it look as good as you would have on your CRT? Probably not, but you probably wouldn't go out of your way to buy a CRT right now.
Butters, they got Fallout Game of the Year edition. Hold up.
Yeah,
For $15.99.
you know it's all right.
Sir Penguin in the chat also says, by the way, they also have Sam Fisher as an operator too, so it's actually Splinter Cell versus Metal Gear.
That's hilarious.
A tale as old as time.
Oh,
It really is. Who's just gonna shoot who?
That's
Oh
fun.
yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm still laughing at Metal Gear. I'm sorry, Rainbow Six. How they have so many random characters. Like they have someone with a wheelchair.
Dude, Rainbows.
Like that's based.
That's crazy. I haven't played that game in forever, so I got to see what these new operators are cooking up.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and put a bow on this episode and wrap things up. All right. So as we're closing, we're gonna go around the table. Any closing thoughts, Waluigi?
Well, been a fun stream for another Thursday night. Highguard, I'm looking forward to seeing the potential of the game. Whether the good, the bad, the ugly, we're here to bring this up every single time. Xbox, it's unfortunate you guys can't expose any of your sales or anything else and have anything significant. And Sony, please keep delaying the PS6 so people can buy a PS5 in peace.
All right, Butters.
I'm such a hater. I'm so sorry.
Yo. Play your backlog. We're in this time where everything just an arm and a leg. So play your backlogs, have fun with that. Now would probably be a good time to explore other hobbies because gaming is getting expensive. It's really expensive. Unless you hop on PC, and then I'd say you're doing all right there.
Real.
Outside of that, live day by day. Pretty good. Live life day by day because you never know what happens. It's just take it day by day and appreciate everything that happens for what it is. That's what I'll say. Some good vibes out there for everybody.
Gotcha. And as for me, no, Waluigi. As for me, I'm still waiting on. I'm hoping by next Friday we can get things up and rolling at Flynn's to start the tournaments up again. Cause I miss y'all. I miss the banter. I miss the. I just miss the vibes, the environment. I still have like a lot of plans and ideas that I want to do for this year to bring more new faces into the community, into the scene, by having something just like my goal for this year. I want to cater to casual gamers, just casual gamers, people who just like fighting games. They're not that good at it, but hey, come to Flynn's and you can get a really good experience, a really good time, because there's always going to be someone at the venue that typically that plays the fighting game that you're interested in, and they can teach you a thing or two about the game. So that's my focus. Is I'm hoping next Friday we are back and up and running again, and get Tekken up and running. Strive, 2XKO. I definitely want to debut 2XKO, and definitely, and and just go from there. So I'm just hoping for that happens and takes place or whatnot. That's the reason why I haven't been seeing much about any of the Flint tournaments or whatnot, because I'm just waiting for that green light to where it's just like, all right, it's go time to plug up the stuff, time to update all the consoles. It's time to, all right, I got a show to put on and get to see everyone back again and whatnot. Hopefully everyone is doing well during this huge break Like, don't get me wrong, I've been enjoying my Fridays, but I do miss kicking it with the people and, you know, seeing some good matches, some new faces and whatnot. So I definitely do miss that. And hopefully next Friday we can get that up and running again. Hopefully, because February is I would say, not a stacked month for me, but I got events I got to attend. And yeah, I got events I got to attend in the month of February. But outside of that, be on the lookout for Tuesday for my Backlog Chronicles. I'm going to finish up Lost Soul Aside. So that's another game that's in my backlog that I'm trying to finish. So Tuesdays, come check me out, 8:30 p.m. here on YouTube. Same thing with Twitch, but primarily YouTube. Just come through and of course on Facebook as well. Stream on all three. So Backlog Chronicles, Lost Soul Aside, I'm going to be doing that. Wednesday I'll stream again, and Thursday we'll be back here. Episode 169.
Nice.
Probably make it another Gooner episode because of 69. So might as well.
Hell yeah.
Make that another Gooner episode. And we got to reach out to some people. Maybe we can get AJ on the phone line for this one.
Coming soon to the Guild Hall near you.
But other than that, yo, y'all go play your games, okay? Go play your games. Play different games. Not ball and gun games, but play different games, all right?
Or for 169, just don't play with your balls, please.
Brother.
I said it. I stand on business.
Wild.
Definitely.
Someone has to be based in the group.
As he should.
Yeah, that's right, Dan. Good episode. Unfortunately, we stand a bit. Wait, what? He signed it. I wasn't ready for this. But
I mean, our Thursday episodes are open, so just let us know. And
let me look up the horny section to see while I'm here. Anyways, that's it from us. Thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with us, and tuning in. We greatly appreciate y'all. Make sure on the way out you hit the like button, and of course you hit the bell notification on YouTube, so that way you know when we're gonna stream, when we are going to be streaming next. You already know every Thursdays at 8:30 we're gonna be doing the podcast, and some Sundays, not Sunday coming up, but I am hoping by the next following Sunday we do have a new guest coming on. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, until next time, and as always, y'all stay classy. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Hold on. Where is?
So I'm looking at Geo.
There we go.
I'm looking at holy shit, these prices are cheap.
No, yeah, they're really good in the regards of you don't want to have to verify your things online. But also you can play older games.